Oh yes, just as I thought.
What is it, Nurse Susie?
Emily, it looks like you have head lice.
So there was an afternoon I was working at my desk and I got a phone call from school, and the call was actually that my youngest daughter, Livy, who's 6, had lice.
Head lice? What's that?
I'm a new mom. I have a 7-year-old and a newborn baby. When we found out that my 7-year-old had lice, it hit me all at once and I completely freaked out.
Head lice are tiny little bugs that love your head.
I have bugs on my head?
Oh, don't worry, Emily. Lots of kids your age get head lice.
It's extremely embarrassing to have little bugs in your head. I actually had one fall out of my head while I was talking to a friend, and that was extremely embarrassing.
Here, let me introduce you to someone. This is Klaus the Louse. Klaus and his friends are living on your head right now.
But why?
Because that's where Klaus finds his food, on top of people's heads. And he loves to eat.
Having lice, it feels dirty. It's just, you know, it's traumatic. And it's not only traumatic physically, but it's traumatic emotionally.
We had to call everybody and tell them that our kids had lice and that they had been playing with.
But how did he get up there?
Well, Emily, Klaus is clever. If you touched heads with a friend while the two of you were playing together, or shared a hat or a brush, Klaus may have run right over from their head onto yours. Or maybe it was Klaus's mom who grabbed onto your hair, and Klaus came from one of her eggs.
And I asked, what do I do? And they said, go to the store, get something over the counter. And so I did, which was so terrible to do.
And I was told to get some sort of product and go home and wash every head and wash every article of clothing and every blanket and every pillow. And it was an extremely expensive experience. It was an extremely humiliating experience.
An egg?
Exactly, an egg called a nit, like nitwit. Klaus used to be a nit, just like little Nitwit here. But eventually, Klaus hatched and grew up.
It's horrible, especially for somebody who's type A neurotic like me, who's getting no sleep with the new baby. It's just a terrible feeling, just knowing that there's bugs crawling on your child's hair, potentially your hair, and that they can multiply. And
then the lice came back a few months later.
There was stuff going on that, yeah, you know.
I cut my little girl's hair off.
But if Klaus and Nitwit and all their friends are living on my head, what should I do?
Don't worry, Emily.
I happened to go into my purse and get a card out that I met somebody at a grocery store 3 days before. It was just meant to be. And it was Amy from My Hair Helpers. And I called her desperate saying, what do I do? And she said, I'm dropping everything and I'm coming to your house.
We'll have Klaus, Nitwit, and all their friends out of your hair in no time.
She came immediately over with her kit, her little apron, and her beautiful attitude, because she's so full of joy. And she came over and said, oh no, your lice is over from now on. And I thought, oh right.
Amy said, it's okay, you know, everything's gonna be fine. Amy came right over, and she was just, her whole presence was very calming and reassuring.
I met Amy one time before, and she came in and it was like Aunt Amy. She said, it's okay, you're gonna be fine. She's soothing, she's comforting. You feel like you've known her your whole life.
You just feel okay. Like, the doctor's here, she's gonna take care of everything. And she treated every single one of us with these treatments that actually smell good. I could not believe that part.
She also brought a treasure box for Kate, which was great because Kate really didn't know what to think about what was happening, and she saw how I was freaking out. So when Amy came with this treasure box, and that made Kate feel calm.
She basically got rid of the lice of my household, and we have never had it back ever again. And so I'm eternally grateful.
I cannot thank Amy enough. I cannot endorse My Hair Helpers enough. And I implore you to call them if you have a problem, or even call them for prevention.
I mean, I can text her and she'll text me back within 2 minutes. If I need her to check Kate's head, if I suspect something, she'll do it.
And just
And I know that I can just, she's always there for me, which I think for any type of business, that's so rare.
You know, we never wanted to tell anybody my child has lice, but now I can freely talk about it because I can say, listen, and there's help.
I think that she should be in schools. She should be able to give her message and her techniques of how to get rid of it, because they are interesting techniques. They're different and they work. They work quickly. It's not 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It's the first time she comes, she gets rid of 99% of it, and when she comes back, then she makes sure it's all gone, and then she gets to a point where you prevent it.
She just kind of takes over and just helps, and she brought me peace, to tell you the truth. Thank you, Amy. Thanks.